Hi, welcome to Muddy's Trophy Pursuit. It is mid-October. This is our 26th episode of 2016, and on today's show, we're going to tag along with Jesse Richard and Kirk Hendershot as they fill some doe tags. After that, we're going to get up in a tree with Brian Lance as he encounters a nice 4-year-old that he's got history with. And to end the show, we're going to head to southeast Iowa. Spencer Watts has an encounter with two of his big bucks, 2 bucks that he had patterned on his Muddy Pro cams. They started moving in daylight, and he went in for the kill. So I'm not going to tell you what happened. You're just going to have to watch the show and see for yourself. As far as what's going on in my world, from this week's card pull, I am very happy with the results. Ended up having, probably 4 or 5 new bucks show up on the cameras that could potentially be shooters. 2 no doubters. One is a buck that we call Lucas. He is a probably mid 170s, mainframe 10 with kickers everywhere. He may be a 6x5, I can't recall, but just an awesome deer. And then we had a huge typical show up, probably a deer that's going to be right around 170 to 175, absolute stud. So those 2 bucks showed up. We'll kind of see how the season plays out, but there's a chance that I'll be hunting them at some point in time. So as I mentioned, the scrapes are really starting to show up. If you have an opportunity to get your cameras on scrapes, do it as soon as possible. It'll give you some good intel leading into the upcoming pre-rut, and a few weeks from now we'll be in November, and they'll be moving pretty good. So it looks like we have a cold front getting ready to come through Iowa again midweek. Temps are supposed to drop into the 50s. That's probably when we'll be back out again. We're going to leave everything sit and just wait for that cold front, and then we'll be out in a tree. So for now, just sit back, relax, enjoy this show. Thanks for watching Muddy's Trophy Pursuit. Don't forget, new episodes every single Monday.
Trophy Pursuit is proudly presented by Muddy Outdoors, Monster Meal Deer Attractant, Scent Crusher, Upwind Odor Elimination, Matthews Archery, Dead Ringer Broadheads, Arrow Seed, Vortex Optics, and Big Game Tree Stands.
All right, guys. It is the first couple days here of Missouri's bow season. I'm just now beginning able to do my interview. It has been a very active morning. Wanted to come in, and my objective is try and do a little doe management, try and get a doe shot, but I've had 2 different groups. I had 3 standing underneath my tree, and then I had 2 others come from the north. All of them were within 20 yards, but trying to get the video camera and my cell phone on them, it just didn't work out. So it's been a good morning. Like I said, just a little after 7 o'clock, so we still got a little bit of time. I'm going to get back and quiet back down again, but just wanted to check in, and haven't been able to really talk much because there's been so much activity. But we'll get sat back down in here and kind of just hang out, and hopefully we'll have another doe or 2 come by and see if we can't connect then. It was good shot placement, but the Dead Ringer and the new Matthews Halon, I mean, it speaks mounds for them. So we came in and done what we wanted to do early season. Get some doe management out of the way before we start looking for headgear.
All right, guys, it is September the 18th. Anyway, we were able to get that done today, get some doe management, gonna get her tagged, telechecked, and then we'll get out of here and let this place rest and either come back in for another doe or let it sit for a while and wait for some headgear.
Alright, it's the evening of October 9th. Jacob and I are back here. We're on a fence line, the same stand I killed my buck last year in November. Just kind of a waiting game. We're on the tail end of the cold front that came through a few days ago, and it's starting to warm back up. It'll be back up into the 70s this week, so kind of a last ditch effort early October to get one killed. Got a couple hours till dark, and sit back and enjoy the nice cool weather. Alright. I don't think she's gonna make it too far. We'll pack stuff up and get out of here. Should be an easy drag. We can drive right to her. Sat all night. And just waiting. And nothing ever came out. Finally, 5-10 minutes of light left. 2 does came out. They were both full-size does, and I elected to take the shot. So first deer of the year. Hopefully fill a few more of these before rut rolls around, but gonna get her gutted, drug out of here, and wait till next weekend. It might cool down again. So thanks for following along the Trophy Pursuit, where the hunt never ends.
It's the afternoon of October 12th, and Blake and I are headed into a big bottom that I've had some good success this time of year on cold fronts. We hunted last Friday on one of my small food plots, but we weren't really able to see a whole lot. So this afternoon we're going to get down in a spot where we can see quite a long ways. There's a couple bucks I'm looking to find back from last year that I saw about this time last year, so we're going to head in there. We're running a little bit late, but we probably expect to see some movement in about 45 minutes. There's usually quite a few does down in there as well, so maybe the bucks are feeling antsy. It's a high of 51 or 52 today, so it's perfect weather. It's a good time to be out in the woods. Well, it's just about 5 o'clock now, and Blake and I are set up in the stand. We're overlooking a big pasture field. It's usually brush cut, but the farmer didn't get down here this year. Got some really good bedding to our east over here, and actually we've got a really nice food plot about 400 yards to our east as well. There's another 40-acre alfalfa field to our north, and there's some really good creek bottom bedding back over here to our west. Like I said, I've had some really good sits in this stand mid-October to the third week of October, all the way clear through the rut. So with this weather and this time of year, hopefully the bucks are getting a little bit antsy. They're out walking around a little bit earlier in the day. Hopefully we can catch one of them, or at least get a look at one tonight. Well, we're just at the end of legal shooting time. We've seen about a dozen does, 2 yearling bucks. Just a minute ago, fallen about 5 or 6 does a couple minutes after him. 4-year-old 8-point just showed up, walked across the field. I think we've got pictures of him. We're not 100% sure. It's getting kind of dark, so it's hard to tell. I threw a couple of light grunts at him to see if he'd come over and get a better look. He threw his ears back, but he's down over underneath these short trees over here. And it doesn't look like he's too interested, or else he probably would have already come over here. But hopefully we get out of here clean. It was a good night. Just they moved a little bit later than I anticipated. And I'm sure some of them are on their feet, just not in this spot. So we'll find them. We'll keep running cameras and just hunt kind of on the fringes and hunt where we think we've got a shot. And keep hunting these cold fronts for now, but we'll play it smart and hopefully soon one of us will connect with one.
I'm back on a farm tonight that I hunted opening evening and had an encounter with a great deer. I call him the Hilltop Runner, and didn't have any other name for him. So this stand is on top of a hilltop, and it's a little draw. Has some beans on it, and the beans are still in. And it's October 12th. We just had a cold front come through, and the pressure's up. So I'm gonna get in there tonight. Haven't disturbed the stand since, and it's real easy to get in and get out. So made an 1.5-hour trip down to the farm, and got to go right back to work afterwards. But with this cold front coming in, I think we're down to like 50 degrees right now. So it should be a good evening in the stand, and nothing else. Can't beat me in the stand October 12th at 50 degrees. So we're going to give it a whirl. So come along and see if we can't put one down. All right, we just got set up. It's a little bit breezy out right now. I'd say gusts 15 to 20 mile an hour with a constant 10 mile an hour wind. But we're up there on this little hilltop, and same encounter that I had, or same hilltop that I had that encounter with that buck opening night. So I'm excited to be back in here. Nobody's been back in here for since opening day. So like I said, it's a little breezy, but it feels right. Temperatures are in the 50s. The beans have really turned since last time I was in here. So I don't really have that green tint to them anymore. There's a few that have a little bit of green in them, but not a lot. So hopefully this wind dies down right about dark, and we'll make something happen. That have made their way into the field. Probably the last 15 minutes, so I'm hoping if there's anything around, it'll give that big boy comfort to come out in the field. So we're going to sit tight. Got about 45 minutes light left. See if one will step out for us. That's part of the bow hunting right there. I'm pretty sure I missed clean, but we'll see. He spun around and got out of there pretty quick. But it was a fun night. And I don't know. I really don't know. I was confident in the shot, right at 44 yards, so I don't know what went wrong. I'll have to go back and see. Well, I just got home and looked at the footage from tonight, and unfortunately it wasn't a clean miss, but I think he just took the hair off of his neck. I found the arrow, and there was only one piece of hair on it, and after looking at the footage, I believe what happened. I'm going to go ahead and blame myself because there's nobody else to blame, and I just flat out missed. I never saw the deer go on alert. You'll see in the video and how I have it pulled up here. The deer goes on alert, and he does that about the time that I draw. When I draw, I go into very micro mode, and I focus on a point, and I really, from the shoulders forward, I really don't pay attention to what the deer's doing. So from that point, I'm not exactly sure if the deer would have dropped, if it would have connected or not. I can't tell on that part, but lesson learned, and we'll go forward from there. Did have a deer that I call the fishbowl buck step out like 5 minutes, then I was down in the dumps. 5 minutes later, it just shows you what deer hunting can have its really lows and have its highs, and it brought me right back up. And the fishbowl buck stepped out, and he's just a big old tank truck of a buck, and he had no idea it was there. So for October 12th, that cold front really got them up on their feet, and I'm really looking forward to giving that stand a break and getting right back in there here probably at the end of October and in the first part of November. So you know what, it's going to happen. A lot of us that do this, we're not professionals, and if you can learn something every time you're in the stand, you better do it. So I'm going to take something away from this, and hopefully you guys can take something away from it too. So it's my mess up, and hopefully everybody can learn from it so you guys don't have to go through the same heartache. But thanks for tuning in and watching Trophy Pursuit. We really appreciate it, and hopefully I'll be back in the stand soon.